So we here. I'm checking out this oblock reactions. So this is what I want to tell y'all. The thing is, it goes like this. King Vaughn was really the man.
Infamous oblock has been called over time, but not many know the true history of how oblock got its name and status.
We decided to find out which block in Chicago has the most shootings, and we discovered it wasn't in Inglewood or the West Side. It is actually the 6400 block of South Martin Luther King Drive on the edge of the Woodlawn community.
Officially known on every block as Parkway Gardens, located on the 6400 block of South King Drive. The block became home of some of the deadliest gangsters affiliated with the Black Disciples set in Chicago. The low-income apartment complex sits on one side of the 64th Street with a string of businesses, including an AutoZone, a food mart, and the Chicago Crusader newspaper crowding the other end.
They make it seem like we just so bad, so dangerous. They make it seem like we monsters. We just like normal people. We just be chilling right now. Over there laughing around playing.
A regular day on the streets of Oblock sees young men affiliated with gangs hanging on street benches and crawling in the shadows of street corners, staring down strangers as they walk by. Kids' toys are left in the gardens unattended as mothers hurry down the street and pour their kids into the safety of their homes. Hundreds of security cameras are mounted on every corner of the street, turning to oversee the streets, but none of these cameras have been able to provide evidence for the gang killings that happen on Oblock.
Dangerous out here, man. If they ain't from here, don't come here. Please don't. It's real. It's hectic.
19 people were shot on that block.
It's like decent, but it's like you just gotta like watch out. You know?
Do you guys feel like all the violence is overhyped in the media?
Yeah, overhyped for real. But hearing all that violence is fun as hell.
Well, it's not nearly as bad as it is in real life.
They think they shoot every day. They shoot like once a month. Shoot every day. I don't shoot every day.
Parkway Gardens got its name, Oblock, after 20-year-old Odie Perry, who lived on the block, was assassinated on the streets of Chicago. His killer, 17-year-old Ja'Kyra Barnes, a.k.a. K.I., a member of the rival street 63rd, who was known as the deadliest hitter on her block. K.I. took out Odie Perry as a retaliation for the assassination of her friend, Shondell Tuka Gregory, who was taken out by Odie Perry. The year 2010 marked the beginning of the unending gang wars between 63rd and 64th Street that have claimed hundreds of lives in the past decade. And it all began after a kid named Wooski, who lived on 64th Street, decided to be a member of the Gangster Disciples on the 63rd block, the rivals to the 64th Street Black Disciples. Insiders have revealed that Wooski was encouraged to join the Black Disciples, the gang that was present where he lived, but Wooski refused.
Wooski, how you coming? You back? Is you back though? You been eating all your, no, it's okay. You been eating all your, you been eating your vegetables, sir?
Yeah, that's question. You know I'm happy.
How you coming though, bro? You finna get on the outskirts or you finna control your city, bro?
No, I'm on straight shit.
Wooski's failure to be a member of the Black Disciples subjected him to constant bullying and ridicule from the gang members on 64th Street until one fateful day when Wooski pulled the trigger on a member of the Black Disciples, Breezy.
It was in a crazy fist fight right there. The boys from Oblock attacked us from 63rd, and Wooski took out Breezy. It's crazy as hell. The BDs was looking out for any GDs they could pop their guns at.
But not before subscribing to this channel. They stayed updated on every move their ops made by turning on their post notifications to this channel for all updates on rappers and their gang beef. The assassination of Reezy in 2010 sparked a huge gang war between both streets, with several gang sets from other streets in Chicago joining the war. Such sets like Gyro City, Taekwondo World, 600, and Front Street. But when they couldn't take out Wooski, they began eliminating members of the Gangster Disciples who lived on 63rd Street. It was at this time Odie Perry put out the hit on Tuka.
Man, you still kids when Tuka passed away. He ain't had nothing to do with these street activities, man. Kid was just sitting at a bus stop. I know this shit was up.
At about 6:45 p.m. on January 12, 2011, just a few months after the gang wars began, 15-year-old Shondell Gregory Tuka, an alleged member of the Gangster Disciples on 63rd Street, was assassinated at a bus stop where he stood. It was believed that Odie Perry carried out this attack on Tuka's life.
What's up? So I am in Inglewood on the corner of St. Lawrence and 63rd Street.
I'm at the bus stop where on January 12, 2011, a young man by the name of Shondell Gregory, better known on the street as Tuka, a member of the Gangster Disciples, was shot and killed. He was standing at this very bus stop when some enemies came up and just shot him. I believe he died on the way to the hospital.
According to police reports, Tuka and two other people were waiting for a westbound 63rd Street bus when the gunman walked up and asked everyone if another bus was coming. He then walked behind the bus shelter, pulled a silver handgun, and pulled the trigger at Tuka. Tuka staggered to a nearby trash can after the first hit, but that didn't stop Odie from firing at him. He hit him 3 more times in the back before leaving Tuka, who passed away on the scene.
Everyone on 63rd madness. The Tuka was taken out. He was only a kid. He didn't need to go out like that.
After Tuka's assassination, a series of revenge killings happened between the 2 blocks until Jakira Barnes took out Odie Perry, the young man responsible for Tuka's passing. At about 11:30 on August 10th, 2011, the day which happened to be Tuka's posthumous birthday, Jakira Barnes allegedly took out Odie Perry near the Parkway Gardens homes at 64th Street after he sustained a gun wound to the neck.
We out and Vontae user, boy, you is not with it. So Tuka, boy, yo, this is a lame, boy. Where did you come from, boy? Yo, it's a goofy tomato from Chris with a little Chris, boy, and a G. That boy.
The word on the street was, K.I. put the trigger on. K.I. was bad as hell, man. He was gangster.
All throughout 63rd Street, K.I. was praised for assassinating Odie Perry. But while they celebrated, Odie Perry's passing was heartbreaking for the Black disciples on 64th Street. In a bid to honor Odie Perry as their fallen disciple, the Parkway Gardens on 64th Street was named Oblock after Odie Perry.
She was also seen as quote-unquote a killer of many people, but she was also linked to the death of OD. If you don't know, OD got killed, and that's how Oblock was formed.
Although Odie Perry's passing was a victory for 63rd Street, it didn't take long before their most feared assassin, Jakira Barnes, was taken out by the man who has now come to be known as the Ghost of Oblock.